New developments in the case of a missing one-year-old from Fayette County. The child's grandfather faces charges. He failed to report a missing child. ABC 3340 Cynthia Gould joins us with more on this case that has so many questions left unanswered. Cynthia?
Brenda, the Alabama law enforcement agency issued an emergency missing child alert for Caleb Rowan Collins earlier today, more than 24 hours after we started pressing for answers in this very complicated case. Caleb's father and sister were killed in a traffic crash 9 days ago in Fayette County. His mother remains in critical condition, but all evidence points to Caleb being missing months before that. His grandfather now held on a $100,000 bond for not reporting the disappearance. We visited that crash scene yesterday where state troopers say Stephen Collins ran off the road hitting a tree, and according to their report, none of the occupants were restrained. Now, prior to all of this, the court documents revealing the child Caleb is believed to have suffered serious bodily harm or death and taken to an unknown location. He was last seen September 4th in Winfield. We will continue to follow this case. Brenda?
Cynthia Gould reporting. The Ohatchee Police Department is asking for help in finding a woman believed to be abducted. Take a look at your screen. This is 36-year-old Brandy Nicole Brooks. She was last seen around 7:30 this morning near Spring Road. If you have any information, contact police. And a 9-year-old boy caught in the crossfire of a shooting in Birmingham early this morning. It happened just before 1:30 at the Springville Landing apartment complex. Hundreds of shell casings were found there. Birmingham police say the boy was taken to Children's Hospital. He did not have to have surgery and is expected to be okay. ABC 3340's Valerie Bell joins us now from police headquarters. Valerie, have any arrests been made?
Brenda, Birmingham police brought 5 people down here this morning to be questioned by detectives. No word yet as to if any of those persons of interest have been charged. We spoke with people who live at the apartment complex where this all unfolded. They described the horrific moment they were woken up by gunfire. That's what it sounded like over 2 miles away. For people who live at the apartments, it sounded like this.
Just imagine being asleep and all of a sudden feel like you're in the middle of a war.
Evidence markers scattered on the ground, representing at least 200 shots that were fired.
After about 20 seconds, I called police myself, okay? And then I ran to my son's room and I grabbed him and put him under the bed, because it was just that close. It felt like it was coming through my window. So yes, we got under the bed, we was terrified.
Others did the same.
I got on the floor and took cover.
Until it was over.
Send the Lord help me. Pray that no one get hurt.
But a 9-year-old boy was shot.
It hurts my heart to see a child get shot.
The boy was not targeted. No one in his home was.
9-year-old can't sleep in his bed. He can't sleep in his bed peacefully without getting shot. It's not the first time.
Police say people in a nearby apartment got into an argument with a group in the parking lot. It's believed the shooting stemmed from the feud.
My heart go out for the people that seem like they don't care. But I'm here to tell you, we care about you. Please stop shooting.
Police say 9 apartments were shot into and 24 vehicles were damaged.
I'm still shaking. That's how scared.
You can see bullet holes, flat tires, and shattered glass as a result.
I was glad I wasn't in it. Glad I wasn't in it. I'm glad I just looked at it and said, well, Lord, I'm glad I wasn't nowhere around when it happened.
People like Kiki Banks would like to see change so this doesn't happen again.
I feel like we all should be out here right now talking about what's next. What can we do about it?
Now, if you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to contact Birmingham Police or Crime Stoppers. Live in Birmingham, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News.
A man has been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting in Birmingham. 24-year-old Jante Cobb is charged with capital murder in connection with the death of Randolph Taylor Jr. Taylor was shot and killed on Saturday on Cotton Avenue. Cobb is being held in Jefferson County Jail with no bond. And you can stay up to date on these stories and others making headlines by downloading the ABC 3340 News app. The app gives you access to the latest breaking news developments, and you can even watch our newscast live from your mobile device. Well, the city of Birmingham is prioritizing mental health for its police officers. ABC 3340's Olivia Gauthier was at Birmingham City Council this morning, where councilors approved changes to the city code. Olivia, what can you tell us?
Brenda, the approved ordinance adds a section to the City Code of Birmingham that establishes paid mental health observance leave for all full-time classified employees of the Birmingham Police Department. That leave applies to anyone holding the position of police officer at any rank, corrections officer at any rank, and police recruits. Council President Darrell O'Quinn says this is all part of their $15.8 million officer recruitment and retention plan for Birmingham's police force.
They, out of all of our city employees, probably exposed to the most, stress and trauma.
Council President O'Quinn says officers will have 8 hours a month of paid mental health leave. He hopes this will allow law enforcement to better cope with the stress of being a police officer. Brenda.
Olivia Gauthier reporting. And the city of Gadsden has approved the authorization of a site preparation agreement for a new riverfront development. Coosa Harbor will sit on a piece of the Coosa River that has been undeveloped for more than 20 years. The development will have commercial and retail opportunities, residential housing, and much more. Avian influenza has been confirmed in 2 Alabama farms, a commercial broiler farm in Coleman County and a backyard flock in Pickens County have been infected. More than 116,000 birds total had to be euthanized. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson spoke with experts about the impact this could have on the agriculture industry and consumers.
Like it is for humans right now is flu season for us and these birds as well.
The Alabama Department of Agriculture and Industries and USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service confirmed avian influenza in a commercial broiler farm in Coleman County and in a backyard flock in Pickens County. State officials quarantined the affected farms. Approximately 116,000 birds were euthanized.
He's lost one flock of chickens, which represents probably for him about 1/6 of his annual income, which can be fairly significant.
Alabama ranks second in the nation for broiler production, with Coleman County being one of the largest poultry producing counties statewide.
The U.S. processes about 9 billion chickens, and this flock of 115,000 or so is a small drop in a large bucket. But the problem is this is a very highly contagious disease, and it has now happened in one of the most densely populated poultry counties in the nation. And so it could become significant if the spread is not contained.
The Alabama Department of Agriculture suggests cleaning vehicles and equipment, limiting unnecessary visitors, sanitizing shoes and clean foot baths, and changing clothes upon contact with birds. As for those consuming poultry meat, Dr. Tony Frazier, Alabama State veterinarian, says there's no reason for concern.
The poultry meat is safe. It's available to the consumer. They should enjoy that and not be worried that they're going to get bird flu from eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich. That's just not going to happen.
Gracie Johnson, ABC 3340 News.
The CDC reports 60 confirmed human cases of bird flu in the U.S., none reported in Alabama.
It changed the whole dynamic of that hearing so that I think the person felt they were in a safe place and they felt it was a good experience.
The Etowah County probate judge and sheriff's office are partnering to have a therapy canine in the courtroom for adoption hearings. For 2 years, the Sheriff's Office certified therapy dog Millie has worked in schools and victim advocacy and aided in forensic interviews with children, along with offering some comfort during adoption proceedings. Probate judge Scott Hassel says it also reinforces a focus on mental health.
The world has changed. Having a therapy dog would have been unheard of a generation ago. You think about bite dogs and drug dogs, you never thought about a therapy dog, but I think it just speaks to law enforcement's challenges and the court's challenges today.
Hassel oversees 180 adoptions a year. 75% of those are initiated with a DHR case where a parent has lost their rights to their child.